Straight away in public, you would just be like, "Nah, not on." Or would you wait? Would you wait till after?
Depends how angry I am at the time. I mean, you got to add in all your whole hormonal issues. So definitely. I probably would punch him straight there.
And I don't think people would blame you either. Some of the ones I'm seeing where they're so over the top, just disappointed, is like. It is Morokai with 2 eyes. We're back on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. Gender reveal parties. I want a guy's perspective and a girl's perspective. Start with the girl. What's your thoughts?
I reckon it's nice. I think it's nice.
It's coming from a guy that doesn't want kids at all. He's like, oh.
That's the thing. I can't pitch in. That's why I want to get your opinion as well, because I don't want kids in general. But some of the ones I'm seeing are a bit too over the top lately, and they're a bit too extra. And also, do you know from a guy's point of view, we all want boys?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, okay. So we all want boys.
Yeah, the boys.
Such less stress. So you're about them. You think they're good?
I think if you mix it in with a baby shower.
Oh, like a 2-for-1 sort of deal.
I think if you did it as a whole party and went over the top like you see the videos of.
Yep.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Coming from a guy's perspective, I don't mind them, but the ones where I'm seeing people do like burnouts and like going like above and beyond, I'm like, all right, let's just settle down.
Just have a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why are you hooning? Like, yeah, I'm having a kid, watch me do this sick burnout.
Yeah.
Like, what does that... Oh, my tyre smoke's blue instead of black now.
I think they're just trying to be a bit more unique, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just not. Just pop a fucking balloon.
Pop a balloon.
Yeah, I don't mind the popping a balloon with some confetti. It's a pain in the ass to clean up. Definitely don't do that at your own house.
Yeah.
Maybe do it at your parents or something. Like, let them clean up.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I guess I don't mind them, but I never understood the gender reveal parties where there's like tons of like I would see if I was doing a gender reveal party, I would just want like our families per se and just our close mates.
Yeah, I don't
want any more than that.
I don't understand how some people have so many friends.
Yeah,
like I'll look like a packed backyard. I'm like, surely you don't message everyone here
because you know there's going to be that one drunk. It's just an idiot.
Okay, so what would happen if, let's say it was a gender reveal party, right? You're there with Lee, and then balloon pops, pink little sprinkles come out, or the paper, whatever the fuck. That's a lot of sprinkles.
It's not a lot of sprinkles.
It's pink, so it's a girl. What would you do if Lee did, where some of the videos I'm seeing, the guys react really badly, like they're just like, fuck's sake.
Are we talking about if this is our hypothetical child?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I'd punch him in the face.
The child?
No, Lee.
Oh.
Heard that here first. She would punch a child. She would punch a Clip it. Clip it. That's going everywhere. You're fucked.
Cancelled.
You are so fucked. Say goodbye to your job.
And your child, because you whacked it. So straight away, in public, you would just be like, nah. Not on. Or would you wait till after?
Depends how angry I am at the time. I mean, you got to add in all your whole hormonal issues. So definitely. I probably would punch him straight there.
And I don't think people would blame you either. Some of the ones I'm seeing where they're so over the top, just disappointed, is like...
I mean, I understand a little bit of disappointment and you're kind of like, damn. But at the end of the day, there's people out there that can't have children. If you want to have a child, you should just be happy with what you're given.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Not that they drop it off like a crane. I shouldn't say given.
That's a good point. Oh, what? Okay, so we're talking about the reaction, how you'd be mad. What would you do if you got a proposal from Lee and it hasn't even been talked about? So I'm talking in public. We'll go to the classic shopping centre.
She would hate that. I already know her.
Any girl would hate that. So
specifically Ali though.
So you're in a shopping centre.
Not with crowns.
And he has just popped the question out of the blue. And he set up maybe a little, I don't know, song and dance. Not for him. Like I've seen ones where they've brought in a little...
comes out.
Yeah, they've set up a little band that's going on.
Mariachi band.
Yeah. And the conversation of we want to get married hasn't happened yet.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's pretty fair enough.
Okay. If we switch it and family involved, he's gotten all your family at your place.
Jeez.
Right? his family as well, and he's popped the question in front of everyone, what do you say?
Still no.
Still no.
If you haven't had the conversation.
So you wouldn't say yes, wait till everyone kind of disperses, and then take him to the side and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Probably, actually.
Because I feel like that's the
I feel like the family one's a bit of a sucker.
That is.
Because you almost feel
pressured to say yes.
I was going to say you'd almost feel pressured. I reckon.
Want to say no, but
Yeah.
you'd almost be like,
It shocks me so much if someone proposes and they've never had that proposal chat. Any of my mates who have proposed, the joke's been going around for a while. Like, oh, when are you going to get me at that ring? We've talked about that ring. When we get married, I couldn't imagine proposing to my girlfriend without a talk.
I think that's a pretty fair enough. I think the talk needs to at least have been, and definitely more than once.
Oh, 100%
Because
more
like
than
the
once,
amount of times that you could joke about being married is ridiculous.
Oh, definitely. If you're
So,
watching
like,
Married at First Sight,
yeah,
imagine if you're
Yeah,
on the
it wouldn't
couch
be
with
like
Lee
this.
and you're just watching it together and you're like, how funny would it be if we get married? And in Lee's head, he's like, oh my God.
It's a sign. It's happening. It's happening.
I'm getting the ring
Get
tomorrow.
The ring. Get the ring.
Yeah, I would hate public proposals.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
What are horse girls like?
psychos.
They have a
That
name
was such
for it,
a
don't
nice change.
We're actual psychos.
Yes, I've once, one and only time, not even dated, like just seen a horse girl. It seems like the name fits. Have you got any story? Like, what's some of the traits of a horse girl?
We're just nuts in general.
I love that.
I'm not going to say I'm not.
Categorizing every single horse girl ever. That they're crazy.
I mean, you're up early, you ride your horses, you feed them, you wash them, you spend all your money on them. You look like trash half the time.
Yeah.
And then you roll into bed and you're like, hey, what's up? Don't touch me. Going to bed, got to be up at 4. Like, or we're just full psycho and it's just horses, 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 horses. And there's no time for your partner, ever.
Yep.
And there's so many people
There
that
isn't.
never make time.
Yep.
What about horse shows? Like,
Oh,
and all
There we
that.
go.
What about? I don't know. What
Yeah,
about
no,
it?
that's why I'm trying. I'm handballing now to Ali.
Is it a big
the horse
day or
shows,
something?
like-
Like, what's the?
Okay, Lee came to one show. He's come and watched me train.
Yep.
Thank you.
But yeah, he came to one show, which is like the biggest one that we go to for the gear unless we end up going up interstate, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the Australian Championships.
Yep.
There was about 6 foot of mud and it rained for like a week straight.
I think just quickly, we probably should let listeners know that Ali does show jumping.
Yep.
Because I don't think we've established that yet. So Ali is a show jumper. She's how long have you been riding for as well?
God, I wouldn't even know.
It's been that long.
Been riding for a while, but probably serious for like 10 years.
I'm more interested the cost of,
Don't even ask.
because my mum, she doesn't do show jumping or anything, but she looks after a few horses, and I swear to God, it's pretty expensive. The horse float, everything.
They're money pits.
They are money pits. So you got to.
But you can also sell them for money.
the horses.
Yeah, some horses are worth a lot of money.
Do you do that? Do you sell horses?
I don't sell mine. I've got 2 at the minute.
Yep.
But, I mean, if the time came and I needed something else and they weren't doing the job anymore, yeah, I would sell them.
Do you talk to your horses?
Of course you do.
She does.
Classic horse girl
She
answer. What are you talking about?
Just tell them they're a good boy or a good girl.
I met Olaf the other
Oh,
day.
by the way, there's a thing that they do where you like woo them or woo. I still don't do it correctly. But like when you're like, what's the thing again? I always do it like funny. You
All
always
right,
say,
I'll give you an
"Tell me off."
example. If I jump in over a jump and I'm going to another one,
You're trotting along.
cantering.
Damn it! I thought I had it.
Man, there's so much terminology. It's crazy.
But I jump in and I'm going to another one, but my horse is going too fast. You say, whoa. You like
Used to say
go,
whoa. Yeah.
Oh, how
whoa.
come you can say it properly too? I don't. I'm like woo or something like that.
He does
It's
it
terrible what I
aggressively.
say.
Whoa.
I don't do it aggressively.
You do, you're like, whoa.
The ho-
like,
you
whoa.
leave. You start talking to the horses. Isn't he a dickhead?
Yeah. Look at this crazy
Look
thing.
at this weirdo.
So yeah, the horse show though.
Okay.
What happened?
I
at
feel
the
like
horse
it
show?
was the worst experience for Lee to actually come to.
Okay.
So it was 2 shows, but rolled into one. So we were down there for 10 days. So it was 3-day show, and then we had a couple of days off, and then it was the next show.
Mm-hmm.
So Lee wasn't there for the first show. That all went hunky-dory. Good-o. Was pouring rain. That's fine. Then the next show comes around, which is the championships. Lee comes down for my birthday. We had the caravan and the horse float because Mum likes to live in comfort, even though the horse float has beds and everything in it. But
that
she
was
had
an
the
experience,
shower.
by the way.
And because we didn't want to go park out the back, well, we went and asked if there were spare yards so our horses weren't standing in mud, which meant we didn't have to park out the back. So we had to squish in. So the float didn't have any power. So poor Lee didn't have any power. And I rang him and I was like, just wanted to let you know we haven't got any power. He's like, how am I going to charge my phone?
Exactly. I needed to know.
He's like, I'm going to have to charge it in my car. And I was like, no, like, people have power, just not where we're sleeping.
Yep.
So that was fine. He got down there. I told him to bring boots and, like, warm clothes, a rain jacket. He came with a puffer jacket and a pair of his dad's old boots.
Yeah.
So he was freezing. It was windy, disgusting. I mean, my show didn't go great for me. So Paulie copped the bad
Thank you.
side
There
of me.
it is. Thank you.
The horse girl
Waiting.
side.
Waiting.
But there was other reasons to that, which Lee now understands. But
Learn.
that's all part of the sport, unfortunately. Some days it goes well, some days it doesn't go well. It's the way it is.
And it's a whole day event, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is
Or is
a
it like
long
a whole
day.
weekend? Like it's,
Yeah, well, I only took one horse myself, but between like my coach and all the rest of our team, there was 8 horses, I think. So each horse has different classes throughout the day. So some horses at a championship, you kind of enter like a block entry. So you might enter a series, and it will be like here's your days.
Yeah.
So you'll have a day off competing somewhere because it's a 4-day show. Where if you go to a normal show, you might enter the one horse in 2 classes a day. You can't enter any more because there's a jump off in some of them. So you could end up doing 4 classes a day, which is a lot.
So with all the money that goes into it, all the time, all the making sure the horses just, I don't know, don't die. Like you're looking after them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making sure they're okay. When you do these shows, is there a big monetary reward for the winner? Like or is this just for the love of it?
There is, you've got to do a bit of 50-50.
Yep.
I mean, if you're going out and you want to make the money, you need to spend the money.
Yeah.
And it's usually the bigger show jumpers and the farms and all that have, like, they breed their horses, they sell horses, they train horses.
Sort of like the right facilities.
Yeah,
more or
it's what
less.
they do all day, every day, where there's people like me that have my very small team of 2 horses and you pay for them to get them right and you go to the shows. If you get a ribbon and you get a place and you get some money, that's great. But the way it usually works at a regular show would be there is a bit of a I guess a plan and the way it gets given out. I can't think of the word right now, okay? But it covers your entry fees. So if you win, it's got a cover plus. It's a bit of a formula.
So with these 2 horses, the best way I can put it, is it like Pokemon? Do you hold on? This will make sense. You've gone to the arena, you've seen your opponents, and you want to choose either. Do you have like a Pikachu and a Squirtle, and like they both do different jobs, or does each horse have a specific role, or it's just what one's feeling better on the day?
In other words, for
No,
someone
I feel like that was pretty clear.
No, for someone that's played Pokemon.
I'm so confused.
So basically, do you use one horse for one like event to go up against other horses?
No.
What separates the
like,
two?
Yeah, like
So
Do you train them different?
every horse is trained differently. You've got to think about them as a person. They have different needs. They think differently. They work differently.
Like Pokemon?
they have their own characteristics.
They do. They have a
And stuff
personality.
like
that.
People will be like, "Oh, horses don't have a personality." My 2 are completely different. So
Classic horse girl.
we've got Socks on one hand,
Yep.
and I've known Socks since the day he was born. Bought him, we broke him in, and he's now jumping up the level. So he's jumping around 1.10 meters at the minute, like 1.5 meters, 1.10.
Yep.
And we're getting there. Like we're learning together.
It's a work in progress.
What's just an average jumping?
Yeah, like where's your, I suppose, for, and again, I think coming from a male perspective, and I would think maybe more so a male audience, for the males who have never ever known about horse riding or show jumping, etc. Like, where's the entry level?
Okay,
Like a
let's
horse.
think of a tape measure here.
Mm.
Smallest class is usually 50 centimeters. You don't get a lot of
So
those.
tiny.
Yeah, so 50 centimeters, and it goes up to like 1.60
Mm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's at like a World Cup show. It goes up that big. At a regular show, it's probably around either your 50 or 60s are there, 50, 60 centimeters, and it goes up to like 135, 140.
So Socks is doing pretty good.
Socks is there. He's in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
getting
very
there.
nice.
We're getting up the levels.
Yep.
And then my other, like, he's like the cheekiest thing you'll ever meet. Like,
Yeah, full
he'll
sticks your tongue out at you
stick
and
his
everything.
tongue out. Yeah. he's a bit of a character. And then I've got my baby horse, Eden, and she's just in training. So she probably jumps around, maybe 70 centimeters at home. She's yet to go to a show because either they've been postponed or cancelled. And the show that I was going to, I had COVID. So
Oh.
couldn't go.
Yep.
But she's going to be something cool, I think. So it's just, you kind of just got to wait and see what they're like. Some of them make it, some of them don't.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting. I know it does sound very expensive. Every time I've thought about it, I'm being like, fuck, there's a lot that goes into it. Like time-wise as well, getting up early.
Well, it's
It's a
time
lot.
and money. You've got to feed them. They get supplements. They see the vet. They see the farrier.
I think
I remember the farrier actually coming down to my paddocks.
They're a whole nother can of fish. You could talk about them all day long.
Oh, really?
They're a different breed.
Like cool or
Crazy.
Crazy. Really?
I think the horse people, especially the horse women,
Yes.
drive them insane.
I could see that.
I think for myself, like, not really knowing about horses in general, only being told like what my mum, I suppose, did, because my mum had horses growing up. Like, it's been a completely different world.
Mm.
There's definitely an appreciation for what you do and all that, like just the nitty gritty stuff. Because, like, I think as a normal,
I couldn't get on one.
yeah, like I think for like normal males and all that, like we just look at a horse or like you hear about someone that rides and you're like, oh yeah, whatever. But like knowing, like, dude, like it is crazy how much shit, like I say shit, equipment that like goes into these animals.
Have you had a fall?
Oh,
Oh,
plenty.
she recently had one.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me about your biggest fall.
I had
Biggest
a
injury.
horse flip on me, but I didn't get injured. I was going over
He
a
did
jump.
say biggest injury, so
Well, he added that in
yeah, he
afterwards.
did. All right.
Flip it. He flipped on you.
Yeah.
It landed on you.
Yeah.
And it didn't crush any bones. It didn't.
No.
How?
So
Just
he
luck.
kind of got like his back leg stuck up in a rail, which is the pole we jump.
Yep.
Got his back legs stuck up in that and just kind of tripped over and fell over. We were jumping around 1.10 m. So think of it that way. Get your tape measures out for all those at home.
Yep.
And yeah, it landed on top of me, and he was laying on my leg for a bit, and then he got up because he would have got winded. He ended up getting injured, and he had to have surgery. I just remember someone eventually caught him, and I got up.
Horse surgery.
Yeah, he had to have surgery. He had
How
a
much does that
hematoma.
cost?
I think it was around 15,000 for
Oh
him
my
to
fucking
have.
god! It's the start of a house deposit. Oh my god!
That was for him to have surgery, and then he stayed in the hospital for 10 days.
I'm just picturing like a human hospital with a horse in the
It's
bed.
just a
Like it's just
stable.
fucking me up. Jesus. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so that was pretty bad, but I just remember walking back to the stable block because obviously the rule is if you fall off, you can't get back on, and my horse was injured. And people just handed me like a handful of Panadol and Nurofen. That's all I remember.
Panadol and Nurofen.
Yeah. And they did the same
Codeine.
for my horse too. Like we buted him and he didn't compete the next day. So,
Yep.
which bute is like the equivalent of our Panadol
Yep.
to them.
Okay.
But if they have that, you can't compete them.
Well, what would happen if a human had bute?
Oh, I've tasted it. It doesn't taste nice.
So you've
I
deliberately
feel like if it
tasted
knocks out a
some-
horse,
It probably would knock you out a fair bit.
It's like ketamine.
It's made my tongue
But
numb.
that's
So
not
it is
your
ketamine.
worst. That's not your worst injury.
No,
is it?
I
What's your
haven't
worst?
really had a big injury. Luckily, touch all the woods in the world.
Why'd you touch your forehead?
Some people do. They always like touch wood.
I was just saying, I'm also touch wood to unlock the situation. Touch wood.
If you okay, what about any of your friends? If your friends had any massive injuries?
No one's really had like this odd broken bone. Like I had a broken pinky.
Yeah,
Friends have had broken pinkies.
that's crazy because I would think like on a horse that big, especially if like something happened, you fell off and they just landed on you there'd be able to be like crushed ribs or something. Because I rode ponies when I was a kid, and I rode one once. I trotted it, all right, and then I fell over the front, and obviously Dad freaked out so much he took me to the actual hospital, like Melbourne. This was fine. It was just bruised. And the other time, I got kicked because I walked around it and like patting it, like, and it was a pony. I forget what I called it. Anyway, so
was it a Shetland pony by any chance, or just a pony?
I don't know. I think it was a pretty pony.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. That's good.
And then Mum would set up little like she'd put the broomstick on like a couple of like bean boxes, baked bean cans, bean boxes. What the fuck is that? And I would jump. So that would be my little 50 centimeter ones. So maybe I could compete.
Look out.
So I had that, but I couldn't imagine getting on a proper horse now.
Yeah, so it's enough. Like I had a fall 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Do you ever just get on and just go, I'm going to go fucking as fast as I can?
No. God, no.
No?
That's a death wish.
Yes.
For you and the horse.
I know, but I've always wondered if it's like, you just get on and you just go, let's see how far we can take this.
No. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there, but my horses are performance horses, so they're a bit princessy.
Oh, very good, very good. All right, I've got some good stuff in the next one too. All right, guys, that was Morokai with 2 eyes. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom.